Patience is necessary if you are to see the best in each other. Patience, like love, is a two-way street. So aside from you understanding your partner, they should get to know you and understand you too. It's needed to keep your relationship meaningful and inspiring. If one isn't making a conscious effort to learn to appreciate their loved one more every day, taking time to seriously consider his or her needs, one can't expect their relationship to grow. You may be madly in love with each other, but if you're not patient, then you won't be able to strengthen your partnership and make it for the long term. Patience does a lot of wonders, not only in the relationship itself, but for the people involved in it. Before you go in a relationship, it is important that you know your partner to be as a person and not just a partner per se. You have to learn more about their character, both the good and the bad. Communication is key to becoming more patient with each other as partners. Take the time to discuss matters that are important to both of you. May they be individual aspirations, joint plans, or problems. It is essential that you lay the issues down and each other's opinions about them. Nobody's perfect, and your partner is no exception. Of course, they have flaws, and these are things you need to accept with a whole heart. Learn to realize that they have limitations, and you cannot push them to go beyond these. At the same time, take a look at their areas of opportunity, as these can be turned into strengths later on. Patience also allows you to understand your partner better. When you're patient, you take the time to learn about your partner, resulting in more profound connections. However, if you are not, it will be difficult for you to know or recognize a patient character. When you're patient, you're able to focus on getting to know your partner and developing a solid foundation for your relationship. Patience can also help reduce stress levels. This is because impatient people are more likely to experience anxiety and tension. Patience helps to stay calm under pressure. This is important in times of conflict or stress, so it is an essential part of the thing to consider carefully before you step into the water. Checking for commitment and contentment is one of the most important things before going ahead. Love is important, but everything is not all about love. While love can be fleeting, commitment is a promise to keep loving each other. It will be very difficult to leave or ignore the things that you are so committed to. You must watch out for a high level of commitment. If the person you want to meet with is not committed physically, mentally, and spiritually to you, you might want to reconsider your decision to tie the knot. A committed relationship occurs when a couple agrees upon a certain level of commitment to one another. Your intention directs your attitude toward a relationship. Commitment for one is different for another. What you may think has been committed may be different from what another person wants to look for. You should have a clear idea of what being committed means to you. People in committed relationships tend to portray their partners in the best possible light, and it is fine, because the strongest predictor of commitment is satisfaction. If you feel highly satisfied, you are more likely to want to commit to a relationship. Spending quality time is one of the biggest signs of commitment. Each person has their own needs, emotional support, companionship, or even satisfying sexual desires. If your partner is trying their best to meet your needs, they're most likely committed to this relationship. Conversely, if you are attempting to get someone to commit to you, try meeting their needs. You'll need to check how committed the person is to you and the things that the person are so committed to in doings and actions. Someone that is committed to the things you don't necessarily like cannot be committed to your choice in that area. So, there is balancing in it, as it appears for commitment to have two faces. One of the things needed to watch out for before taking a step forward is selflessness. Selfish people are dedicated only to themselves. They show little patience and never learn how to be successful spouses. Someone self-centered will not give you the respect that you deserve. Respect is essentially for a healthy relationship, as it can help you get through the tough times and times of disagreements and help you look at your partner's perspective in small or big decisions. Selflessness leads to a wonderful and lasting relationship. A selfless person is a gift that cannot be replaced with anything. One of the most common reasons relationships fall apart is selfishness. Selfishness means being so concerned for yourself that you have little or no regard for others. Selflessness is the opposite of selfishness. It is an indispensable ingredient in lasting relationships. There are signs of selfless people. They listen more and talk less. They are generous with time and other assets. They are attentive to the needs of the other person in the relationship, and when disagreements occur, be the first to apologize. Indeed, being selfless means caring about others and acting on the desire to help others, without expectation of or desire for compensation. Someone with a vibrant fellowship life is a good deal to consider. Like I said before, you go ahead, the things to look at are not just based on feeling or being sentimental in thinking. A person that has a good relationship with God is the best to go ahead with. When your relationship with God is in a place where it ought to be, it is almost impossible for that person to be a bad spouse for their partner. Relationship with God is very important, and it is not to be taken lightly. Nobody is perfect. Arguments, fights, and disagreements can be common among couples. It takes a godly person that is ruled to forgive easily and forget. Patience and forgiveness will always remain the essential elements of a relationship. One of the main characteristics of a godly person is perseverance. They know that God creates challenges in human life to teach them lessons. Also, believes that God offers everyone a second chance and tries multiple times, even after failure. So, there is much more to be considered than love or attention. Trust is the most crucial determinant of the health and longevity of a relationship. Trust generally is the act of placing confidence and being able to depend on someone or something. It will be very difficult to spend your time with someone that is not trustworthy. Being able to trust your partner is the most crucial part of being in a relationship. Building trust in a relationship is essential to relationship satisfaction. Having someone beside you that you could learn constantly is a treasure you should preserve. It might be challenging to trust your partner when you don't know them that well. But by learning how to build trust in a relationship, you can make your relationship better while getting to know the person. Personal and verbal communication strengthens the bond of trust between partners in a relationship. A trustworthy person is always honest in all their dealings. You must watch out for trust. Someone you trust will give you a stress-free life. Trustworthy people are always trying to be honest about the good things and things that might be difficult to address. The most obvious sign of trust in a relationship is when you are not afraid to be yourself around your partner, and they feel the same. You can only be vulnerable with someone when you feel secure and understood in their presence. If you and your partner can do this, you have a trusting and healthy relationship. Analyzing your feelings and being sure about them are the first few things to do. It is crystal clear that love is one of the vital elements needed in any form of relationship before moving into it. Of course, you cannot make a happy home with a person you don't love. There are many things that life entails. There is nothing like a perfect relationship without love. Everything has its base on love. Someone that does not love you will not open up for you. Someone that loves you will have the sense of sacrificing for you. The person will be ready to give up their comfort zone, important possessions, self-centered ambitions, and even your happiness to make you happy and your relationship healthy. Kindness is overflowing from the heart of the person that truly loves you. Hurting you will never be in the person's thoughts. They'll be kind, gentle, generous, and compassionate, enough to always make you significant and happy.